Brandon and Jessica want to sell this house so they can move closer to family.
We got our first little one, and it's been a life changer for sure.
But buyers are turned off by the nightclub decor.
That had to be the most awful house I think I've ever been in my life.
It's bright and dark at the same time, which is quite an extraordinary combination. So with a budget of $5,000 and some clever staging and design tricks, subtle and light is what you're looking for. I'm going to transform this unsellable house into one that sells.
Wow.
In townhouse communities, properties are usually the same size, price and layout. So if homes around you are selling and yours isn't, it most likely comes down to decor. Toronto, Ontario is a vibrant city where real estate is booming. Houses here sell quickly, but not this one. This house has 2,400 square feet of space, 3 bedrooms and 2.5 baths. Listed at $739,000, it's been on the market for 6 months. When Brandon bought this house, it was nice and neutral.
18 months ago, we took on a pretty major renovation.
And renovate he did.
He wanted to try his hand in decorating the house.
Funky walls, cool black trim, and a giant disco ball in the dining room.
And before I knew it, we kind of live in darkness.
And then along came baby Ava.
A lot of the things in the house, I did myself, and now they've got to be undone.
Things have changed, and we're at a different stage in our life.
This nightclub house is no place for a baby, and Brandon and Jessica are ready to move on.
I'd love Ava to have no memory of this house. If we can hide this from her as best as can, it would be much appreciated.
In this townhouse community, properties are selling fast, some in a matter of days. But this one's been on the market for 6 months, and I cannot wait to get inside. So guys, your house has been on the market for 6 months.
6 long months.
Yeah, I think it's enough to make us sick at this point.
You've had potential buyers through the door. Have you had any feedback from them?
We've had some interesting feedback, actually. You know, things were definitely very dark in here, some unique taste.
Nightclub.
Nightclub, yes,
Right,
yes. It feels like a nightclub in here was a common theme.
A common theme. Okay, excellent. Well, I think what would be great if you give me a tour and then we can really go from there, see what the problems are.
Fantastic.
I mean, standing here, this is an exceptionally cool kitchen, which is a real shame, because as you know, kitchens sell houses.
Right.
The kitchen's not really popping out, which seems a bit of a shame, because if you spent so much money on it and it's a high-end kitchen, you want buyers to notice it. And I think, I mean, just from standing here, because it's all open plan, I mean, if you stand here and you look down, I'm not noticing the kitchen. I'm noticing this crazy purple paint.
Yeah, it's like bright.
It's bright and dark at the same time, which is
Yeah.
quite an extraordinary combination.
It takes away from the kitchen.
Yeah, it takes away from the
Absolutely.
kitchen. I'm not noticing it. Do you know what I'm drawn to this glowing orb.
Yes.
What is this?
That's our shiny disco ball.
Isn't that hideous?
I mean, it's a thing of extraordinary hideousness. What was running through your head when you started designing this house? What kind of design theme were you looking for?
You know what? That's the problem. I don't think there was an end point.
You're selling your house because you've got a new baby.
Yeah, it's a couple of things. It's
Location.
the space, location, the stairs and so forth. It's not conducive to having a little one.
Right.
With everything being so dark as well,
Yeah.
it's becoming a bit of a safety hazard.
This definitely isn't screaming family home to me.
it's not, no.
This is kind of like crazy vampire bachelor pad.
Those are some pretty consistent comments that we've had.
So this is your main seating area,
Yeah, this is where we spend most of our time.
and here she is. Hey, Ava, how
This
you?
is our little surprise.
It's really not very baby conducive, this apartment, is it? This house.
It's not. It's almost hazardous.
Yeah.
This is a great home. It's a great location. It's just, it's not for us anymore.
It's not for you. This is amazing. You did this yourself?
Yeah, can't you tell?
This is the first disco fireplace I've ever seen in my life. So
It's,
basically, it's just like a bit like living in a disco cave.
And we've tried to lighten it up.
Yeah.
I mean, we added 2 pot lights. We added 6 in there. We added those 2 lights.
You're fighting the elements here. Black floor, dark walls. There's no amount of lighting
Exactly.
on this earth that will make this house look light. And buyers like bright, big
cheerful.
rooms, cheerful
Exactly.
rooms. And although this is very, very funky, I do feel like I am in a nightclub. So I'm just looking forward to seeing what's upstairs in the master bedroom. Wow. I'm really glad to see that the nightclub theme continues.
Yes, Brendan was consistent with that.
That's a lovely brick accent wall.
I think so, yes.
But I think brick has to either be natural or white. I think I'm standing in a slightly grimy subway tunnel.
You might be.
Except subway tunnels tend not to have crazy light fixtures.
No, that's quite crazy.
I think it's a shame because this is a fantastic room, but we definitely need to make it less punk rocker and more potential buyer friendly. This is going to be fun.
Wonderful.
Great.
Houses in this neighbourhood are selling for between $715,000 and $760,000. Brandon and Jessica's, listed at $739,000, is right on target, but it's not showing well enough to beat out the competition. The couple's realtor, Fran, knows what the problem is.
This house can be toned down and neutralized. It'll sell in a heartbeat.
Fran is holding an open house, so we can find out exactly what buyers think.
Black, too much black.
I'd say so too. Too much. It's too depressing. I just, it's too dark and I like something light and bright.
How much paint would this take? That had to be the most awful house I think I've ever been in my life. It's frightening.
Oh, more of the same.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Full on black.
Yeah, I don't know how you could get up in the morning and get dressed in that house and come out and be happy for the day.
Oh, the fireplace is awful. It's obvious there's been a lot of money spent on the upgrades, but the choice that has been selected, I would never ever consider using that type of decoration myself.
So we had the open house. What do you think people said?
Nightclub? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nightclub.
That was the overriding theme. Nightclub, disco bar.
Too dark.
They loved the appliances and the countertops. And, you know, you've got that great patio outside. It's a really popular neighbourhood. It's just people not being able to see past, you know, the purple and the blacks. And then upstairs again, people said great size, but they just felt that it was much too cold and harsh. I really enjoy it. I think it's cool. And you guys obviously really enjoyed it as well. But I think it's putting buyers off, mainly because they think that it's going to take a lot of work to redo it. And it's going to take quite a bit of work. So I think if we tone it down, make it more neutral, that's going to have an immediate effect. Because on the positive side, everyone loved the footprint. They really liked the open plan. They said fantastic kitchen. I mean, houses around here are selling in a matter of days.
So there's hope.
There is a lot of hope. So the good news is the price is right. You know, you've got a fantastic house, great layout, great kitchen, and a lot of great features. And I've got a plan. We're going to tone down the nightclub theme. We're going to make it more buyer-friendly, and we're going to get it sold. And you guys can go and live in a taupe, feminine haven.
Sophie, I'm really excited. I know you can do this, and we're definitely ready to move. We're ready to sell this house.
Fantastic. At the moment, this house looks like a nightclub and it's scaring buyers away. But I have a plan to tone down the decor. In the dining room, we're taking down that huge disco ball. The textured wallpaper has got to go, and the purple paint will be replaced by a warm, neutral cream. A new lighting fixture will complement a smaller dining room set. In the living room, the sparkly fireplace is getting a new cream stone facade, which will tie in beautifully with the cream paint. Smaller, brighter coloured furniture will replace the large black sofa, and most importantly, I will add lots of light with a few smart lamps. The master bedroom is going from radical to relaxing. The brick accent wall will be painted white, and the walls are smoky green, which will work much better with the black trim. A new custom headboard and some colourful accessories will finish off the space. Overall, this house is going from night to day, and it's going to look fab. To get any house ready for the transformation, personal items are the first to go.
Smoke coming up there?
No. And some things are harder to get rid of than others.
Knew that was gonna happen.
Fireplaces are usually a selling feature, but buyers thought this one was too dark and a bit gaudy. So we're going to remove the glitter and the black and replace it with a lovely cream stone, and that's going to appeal to many more people. To make Brandon and Jessica really see the light, I'm sending them across the street to see a home just like theirs that sold fast. This house has 2,800 square feet of space, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. It sold for $749,000 in only 3 days.
Oh, wow.
This is different. You can see.
It looks good.
It looks like home.
I could live here, absolutely.
Yeah.
Their floors are dark, just like ours,
Yeah.
but their furniture is so much lighter. which ties it all together with the rug.
One thing I noticed is I don't have that overwhelming theme of black. It almost looks just like our place before we did the renovations.
Yeah. And our dining table has 4 chairs, so it's a little more inviting.
Much more inviting.
Have some company.
Exactly. And the chandelier's not so obtrusive.
No, it's
True.
elegant. See the dark floors again?
Yep.
And then their master's blue. Just like ours, but somehow
It looks so much
so
lighter.
much better. Is this actually smaller than ours? Is ours bigger?
Square footage-wise, yes, but this has a much more open feeling to it. It feels larger.
It's more inviting, yeah.
It is definitely much more inviting. The bedding's lighter, the doors are lighter, the trim's lighter.
It makes it brighter.
It
more
does make it
inviting.
brighter. Yeah, exactly what Sophie said.
Yeah. Well, there's hope for us.
I think
Or we
so
just
too.
move in here.
Sure.
With the personal items out of the way, the crew can get down to tackling the bigger jobs.
Wow.
I know. We've just been packing up the disco lamp.
Big difference.
So what was the comparable house like?
Well, it was an eye-opener, for sure.
It was. Literally night and day.
You mean it wasn't done up like a nightclub?
It wasn't, unfortunately.
You know, it might not be your style, but can you see that it would be more suitable potential buyers?
I think
Certainly.
it can be our style, too, though.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It sold for $749 because it's got a bit more square footage.
Right.
And that house sold in 3 days.
I know.
That's remarkable. And we're going on 6 months.
But I can see why. I can see why. It's gorgeous.
Excellent.
agree.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you get it. I've got some projects for you. So if you wouldn't mind getting on some work clothes, then we can get started.
Wonderful.
With all the dark furnishings gone, now we can really attack those dark walls. This main floor really needs brightening up, but the only thing we're doing in this beautiful kitchen is continuing with the cream paint. This will help give flow, but also highlight all the beautiful black trim in the cupboards. David and Brandon are going to reface that sparkly fireplace and give it a brand new look.
So Brandon, I'm going to show you how to reface your fireplace.
Wonderful.
You have such a great feature here, but it kind of gets lost in a sea of black. Have you done anything like this before?
I did a little bit of it before on the previous fireplace. But
You applied the old shiny
Exactly, yeah.
gloss black.
Precisely.
We're going to go as far away from that as possible.
Wonderful.
Okay?
That's a great idea.
So, it's a natural stone
Right?
glued together in the back, and it's going to layer on top. For this,
Yeah.
we need mortar.
Perfect.
Okay? Which is what you would use for stone or tile.
Right.
Your trowel,
Thank you.
my trowel. Now, we'll scoop a little bit out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to drag the mortar up. Okay, so put some on the back of your tile. We'll lay it into place, nice and snug in there.
And how much time would that take to fully dry?
You definitely want to wait a day, but it's good enough to stack the next row on.
Perfect.
Okay?
Yep.
So we'll keep going. No, bring the bottom in and the top out.
Okay.
So that you lay it
I
on.
see.
Once you've pressed it on, then push it up. Once it's on, 3 pounds like that, and that's good. So what kind of comments would you get from friends about your fireplace?
I think they were all kind enough not to comment.
Oh, really? Okay. It was a Brandon original, let's say.
It was a Brandon original.
Okay.
That's the polite way of putting it.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with having an original, but originals are personal.
Exactly.
I think this will speak to everybody.
I agree.
Do you know what we're doing here today?
No, do tell me. I'm excited, but I have no idea.
We are making a headboard for your master bedroom. I love the accent wall, but it's a little bit cold. So I think this headboard will help break it up, and we're using natural fibres. These things, they were wicker boxes. And we cut them up, and we're literally going to glue them to the plywood.
I'll let you go first.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay, so we want to put a generous amount on, but don't go too close to the edges because we don't want it to smear out. And then I'm just going to hold it down. And look, no spillage. Whoopity whoop. Okay, now, you cannot sit there without doing a square. Go
Okay,
ahead.
great.
You've even got your own cocking gun. Do you think it's fair to say you're sick of the nightclub?
Absolutely. It was fun for the first little bit, and it was interesting to watch it all come together, but it doesn't all go together anymore.
No.
No.
Ah, it's looking excellent already. I love the blue behind.
It's nice.
Okay, drum roll. And you can place the last square in. And I think it's going to look really fantastic.
Yeah, it looks great. I like it.
Well done.
Great.
Now we just got to get David to screw it to the wall.
Yeah, it's good.
Good job.
Okay.
Thanks both of you for your hard work. It's Especially Brandon. I didn't know you were so handy.
Neither did I.
Come on, you've done a lot of work in this house.
Just why were we doing it?
Yes, that is true. But you guys need to skedaddle so we can finish the job.
Sounds good.
So you can return to the non-nightclub house.
Perfect.
Excellent. See you
Thank you.
later.
Thank you.
With Brandon and Jessica gone, our crew can continue to lighten the look.
Accent walls work best when they're a different texture to the other walls. But when you're selling your house, subtle and light is what you're looking for. So we painted the grey this lovely white, and it's much more relaxing and more suitable for a master bedroom.
My favorite part about the transformation is definitely the fireplace. Now that we've changed the wall color and brightened the space, the black trim stands out so much more. The lines look cleaner. It really looks amazing.
Do you like the table I picked up?
This looks great. This goes with the color scheme.
I put together the last dining room table at the last house all on my own.
That's inside out.
That's inside out.
Sorry, I
Perfect.
just thought I'd...
You got one of those little wrenchy things?
I do.
See?
There you go.
I think we should have a competition.
How about you finish this, you start that while I start 2 of these, and we'll see.
Go, you go.
Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna give me that,
Yeah, I'm gonna give you
that
that head
much
start.
leeway? Really? Don't take all the nuts and bolts from me.
Seriously though, this table is going to look so much better. See, I'm talking and screwing at the same time, which
Can't. I'm in competition mode. All right.
Okay, you win. So should we flip it over?
Sure.
I like coming into a job that is 95% finished and then just finishing it off. Fantastic.
My fingers are sore.
Oh yeah, wine.
We're nearly there. All that's left are the finishing touches.
If you have minimal ceiling lighting and dark finishes, it is imperative to get more light into the room. And the best and the cheapest way to do this is table lamps. Remember, dark and dingy does not sell houses. A lot of buyers look for hardwood floors. If you have dark floors and dark trim, the rooms can feel much smaller. The best way to combat that is to use area rugs to break up the dark. The last light fixture was very intense, so we needed to replace it. But lighting doesn't have to be expensive. This cost a mere $39. It's neutral, it's soft, and it's much more bedroom appropriate. Come on up!
Wow. It looks really good. I love
It's
it.
bright.
Before, the dining room looked like a disco. Now it's a beautiful place for a family to eat.
I think this is more mass appropriate, wouldn't you say?
I would agree, yeah, definitely.
I know it's probably not your taste, Brandon. You seem to be a bit more exuberant in your design.
I'm opening up my horizons to other decor possibilities.
Well, we got you a more appropriate sized dining room table, and then we put 4 chairs, because
Love the
before you
chairs.
only had 2 chairs.
Exactly.
But I think we wanted to show that this is a family area, you know, so more than 2 people.
This is gorgeous. It's inviting, it's warm,
Yeah.
kind of feminine.
And the thing is, I think a lot of the time people make their minds up so quickly when they come into a house, and I think this is a really nice first impression.
Exactly.
But I'm really excited about showing you through to your new living room.
What a change.
Come on in.
Dramatically better. Oh, wow.
It doesn't look like the same room.
The living room was dark and scary, but now it's full of light and full of life.
Look, and this is Brandon's fireplace.
Looks fantastic. Looks way better.
And there's black.
There's a bit of black. Well, we wanted to tie it into these beautiful bookshelves because we loved all the high-end finishes, loved the trim, but it was just too much before.
Yeah.
And this, and look, we've used your side tables,
wonderful.
your coffee table, and now we've got these beautiful white drapes. You've let the light in. Light. It's all about light.
They're not distracting like the other
No.
ones are busy.
Yeah.
Much more inviting.
Yeah, and also because you don't have that many pot lights on the ceiling, we added table lights and this very funky retro.
I like that. It almost looks like it would belong in the old decor.
But also what I really love about this lamp is because it's quite a structural piece and goes across like that, it works quite well at cutting the room up.
A divider almost.
Because I think you need to have that division.
Divide, yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
I'm pretty excited excited about showing you the master bedroom because if you think this is different, well, actually, I'm not going to ruin the surprise. Come and have a look. I love this room.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, it's so nice.
Wow, this looks amazing.
Before, the master bedroom was cold and putting buyers off. But now it's a great place to relax.
And don't you think the wall looks fantastic white?
I do. And I love the artwork on there, too.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I love what you did with the dresser as well.
I know, because that dresser was a bit beaten up and old.
It was.
So we just put new hardware on, painted it, and it looks like a completely different dresser.
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
Feminine.
If you use your lamps, you just put different...
Freshen them up a bit.
Yeah, different shades on. I'm afraid, Brandon, though, we do have some bad news.
I actually quite like that piece.
Really?
Yeah.
And the best thing about it is it only costs $39.
Really?
Wow.
I'm really excited because there's a lot of houses in this neighbourhood that have sold and they all have a much more neutral palette. So now we've changed this house, I think it's got a much better chance of selling, but we need to get this house sold.
Wonderful.
Excellent.
It's the plan. Let's bring the buyers back to hear what they think of the transformation.
The black trim stood out so well. I love it against the white cream walls. I like seeing the contrast. It just makes it stand out so nicely.
The house is absolutely phenomenal. Now buyers, when they go through, they're going to feel the space. They're going to look at the kitchen and say, oh, what a great kitchen.